When we think of human history, our minds naturally drift to the magnificent and the glorious. We picture brilliant generals studying maps in dimly lit tents, planning monumental battles that shaped empires. But let's be brutally honest for a second. Humanity's timeline isn't just a highlight reel of genius.
It is also packed with conflicts so mind-bogglingly stupid that your history teacher deliberately skipped them.
We are a species that went to the moon, yet started international incidents over farm animals. Today, we are diving deep into the absolute most absurd wars ever fought in human history. Spoiler alert for the rest of this video. Mother Nature has an undefeated track record. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's explore the stupidity of our ancestors. Let us begin our journey in the land down under, Australia. The year is 1932. The Great Depression has hit hard, and Australian farmers are struggling to survive and grow their wheat. But they are about to face a ruthless, unstoppable, and incredibly hungry invading force. It wasn't a rival nation. It was a massive flock of 20,000 emu birds. These 6-foot-tall, flightless eating machines marched into Western Australia and began absolutely devouring the crops. The farmers were desperate. So, what is the logical government solution to a bird problem? Deploy the Royal Australian Artillery with heavy machine guns and 10,000 rounds of ammunition, of course. It was man versus bird, the ultimate showdown of the food chain.
Fire!
The soldiers opened fire.
I'd Skidway, once you press send striker.
The emus immediately scattered. They used advanced guerrilla tactics, running at high speeds while bobbing and weaving. The machine guns jammed, the soldiers were exhausted, and thousands of rounds were completely wasted. The government officially withdrew the troops. The emus suffered almost zero casualties and claimed total victory. Remember this next time you think humans are the undisputed masters of the planet. Fast forward to 1859, on the peaceful San Juan Islands between the United States and British Canada. An American farmer caught a British-owned pig eating his precious potatoes, so he shot the pig. In any normal world, you pay for the pig and move on. But empires don't do normal. The British threatened to arrest the farmer. The Americans responded by sending in the military to protect him. Within weeks, this minor argument escalated into a massive, terrifying military standoff. Heavily armed warships were deployed. Cannons were loaded. The tension was thick enough to cut with a knife. Two of the world's greatest superpowers were standing face to face, ready to start World War II. But there was one tiny problem. Nobody actually wanted to start a global bloodbath over a pork chop. Sanity finally prevailed. Orders came from London and Washington to stand down. The only casualty was the pig. It remains one of the most hilariously tense moments in diplomacy, completely forgotten by modern textbooks. Let's travel back to medieval Italy. It was a beautiful, romantic, and completely unhinged place. The rival city-states of Bologna and Modena hated each other with a burning, irrational passion. One night, a group of soldiers from Modena sneaked into the center of Bologna. Did they assassinate a king? No, they stole a wooden bucket from the city well. They took this old, wet bucket back to their city and paraded it like a grand trophy. Bologna was deeply insulted. Their honor was shattered. They demanded the bucket back. Modena, being incredibly petty, basically said, "Come and get it."
Come and get it.
So, Bologna declared war. A massive battle ensued. Over 30,000 men fought, leaving roughly 2,000 dead. And the most ridiculous part? Modena won the battle and kept the bucket. In fact, nearly 700 years later, that exact bucket is still on display in Modena today. We now move to 1788. The mighty Austrian army is waiting to fight the Ottoman Empire. To cure their extreme boredom, some cavalrymen bought several large barrels of schnapps liquor. Naturally, they got heavily intoxicated. When the infantry soldiers arrived and asked for a drink, they refused. A petty, drunken argument quickly. In the pitch-black night, panic spread like wildfire. Someone screamed that the Turks had arrived. "Help! Who's there? Who's there?"
Fire! Fire! Fire at will! Was ist das?
"Where are they? I can't see them." Officers yelled, "Halt!" but it sounded like, "Allah!" They started blasting their own camp with artillery. By morning, thousands of Austrian soldiers were dead, wounded, or had fled the scene entirely. And the actual Ottoman army finally arrived 2 days later. They were completely confused. The enemy had already defeated themselves. It remains history's greatest, most embarrassing own goal. Finally, we reach 1925. The border between Greece and Bulgaria is. A Greek soldier was accompanied by his highly energetic, very good boy fluffy dog. No. Suddenly, the dog broke free and happily chased something straight across the border into Bulgaria. The soldier instinctively ran after his pet. The Bulgarian guards saw this as a hostile invasion and fired. Within hours, Greece used this incident as an excuse to launch a full-scale military invasion. Over 50 people died in a literal war that started because of a runaway pet. The League of Nations had to step in immediately to force a ceasefire and end the madness. Order in the court. Greece was heavily fined for overreacting. It remains the most expensive dog walk in human history. And in case you were wondering, the dog was completely fine. So, what have we learned? Humanity is deeply, beautifully, and hilariously flawed. Frankly, navigating our modern world is stressful enough without accidentally starting a war over a wooden bucket. You know what helps you deal with the chaos? An absolutely ridiculously good night's sleep. If you want to wake up feeling more refreshed than an Ottoman general realizing he won for free. All right. Check out the links in the description below for my absolute top must-have bedroom and mattress essentials. They will transform your sleep hygiene. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more untold history.